Phone messing up, y'all, so I just gotta come like this today, man. Like, you know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? Man, listen, man, I ain't even got that much time, man. But today is mold mildew Monday. You say what, bro? Mold mildew Monday, man. You know what I'm talking about? But before we get into it, what's good, people? Like, hee hee ha ha, man. Ken in the pen. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing, put their head up, keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, man. You know what I'm talking about? Swing that finger, young man, and do goo. Hold on. They say, what that mean, bro? You know what I'm talking about? Bring it on in, man. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody included, bro. Worldwide, man. Ndugu, Mike, Cutthroat, Lil Rude, not Lil Rude, Lil Rude, Tata the player, that's who comes next. Same thing, bro. Everybody on bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing, man. Keep that head up, you know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Let's get through these disclaimers. I don't promote no drug users, drug sellers, alcohol consumption. You know what I'm talking about? Don't take a sip of the sippage. Coffee Chronicles, classic, rose piping hot. I don't promote nothing, man. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote nothing, man. I don't promote no drugs. Nothing, man. Don't you take a sip of the sippers. Don't do nothing, man. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, I don't promote no crime. I don't promote no violence. I don't promote no domestic violence. Keep your hands off them people, man. You know what I'm talking about? Mama said breast and whiskers when you're on TV. Man, just all the good stuff, man. Good brother like myself, man, I ain't prejudiced. I don't got nothing against the sexually different. I ain't got nothing against the little people, man. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to me. I love me some everybody. You know what I'm talking about? Matter of fact, I'm on the quest, man. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace, that joy. You know what I'm talking about? That love. What you say, bro? That love. Back to YouTube community, man. You with me? Like, check it out. Psst, psst, psst. Come fuck with a nigga one time, man. What's good with the people, man? Like I said, mama say breast and whiskers when you on quick week, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, shout out all the bitches who don't know multiplication but fuck with multiple niggas, you know, times two. Oh, I see you, man. You know what I'm talking about? They say, bro, what you talking about today, man? Mold, mildew. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what's wrong with my other phone, man. This is the 10th video and I had to. Then it just hit me. You know what I'm talking about? Stop even fucking with that phone, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? But mold mildew. They say mold mildew. What you talking about, bro? Just that right there, folks. Mold mildew. And you're gonna have to be careful. That's why you gotta watch yourself, bro. You know how like you'll have a little piece of mold in the you'll have a little piece of mold in your like house and it just spread. You know, if you got enough of that mold up in there, man, you breathe that shit, you'll kill yourself, folks, from breathing that bullshit. But people got mold, mildew on them. You know what I'm talking about? All it means is they just bad people, bro. But if you don't look out, that shit will spread to you. You know what I'm talking about? Mold, mildew. It either spread to you or you would die from breathing enough of that shit. And you know what I'm talking about, bro? I ain't bullshitting with you. That's why I don't, I'm just myself, folks. You get what I'm saying? That's why I don't really like being in conversations, a bunch of debates and shit, but with them people with the politics and the religion and all that shit. That's why I don't really like, I'm telling you, shout out Big Josh. He about the only motherfucker that I done heard that speak about the Bible. But like I said, when me and Big Josh be talking, we be right here. You know what I'm talking about? We right here. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody else out here speaking about that Bible, they become way up here and I become down here. Like Big Josh, one of the only motherfuckers I've ever run to in my life, bro. When we be even referring to the Bible or something, we still right here with it, man. You know what I'm talking about? He don't get to talking about the Bible and put himself way up here. He's still a normal person in understanding God's word. But a lot of y'all don't, because when y'all start talking about God's word, you automatically put yourself in God's character. You know what I'm talking about? So we go from being right here to you going to be way up here, then you down here talking to me down like this. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we go to. Mold, mildew. Monday it is. Shout out my nigga Big Josh. You know what I'm talking about? Always a healthy conversation when I talk to my brother. But you'll mold, mildew. And if you just don't look out, bro, you'll put yourself around some of that shit, just like I said, And that shit either spread to you to where you become the mold mildew, or you suffocate yourself to death with that shit. You know what I'm talking about? And you out of here. You know what I'm talking about? All that shit right there. If you don't look out. Because people with mold mildew, it's a fucked up logic. And this is the logic. I've been telling y'all this shit for 4 years. You know what I'm talking about? Brain just start saying this shit. We living in the books of rationalizations. They say, bro, why are you? So now, the mold mildew Monday motherfucker, you can steal my car and said you stole it because I was acting funny. And if I wasn't never acting funny, you would have never stole my car. You get what I'm saying? On some real shit. Yeah, you could go steal my car, and then you could say if I was never acting funny, you would have never even touched my car. So it was my fault that the motherfucker stole my car. Mildew Monday, mold and mildew Monday. And this is the logic running around. And it's really a kid's game, but this is just another way so we never have to be accountable for our own actions. Do you get what I'm saying? So no matter what I do, you was the reason why I did it. You know what I'm talking about? And we getting carried away with that mold mildew Monday. And we do that shit with the Bible. We do that shit with God. We do that shit with the devil. We never accountable for what we did. We always have a reason for why we did it. Coffee Chronicles. See, I would have never stole your car if you wasn't acting like a bitch. To me. You know what I'm talking about? See, I would have never did this if you wasn't mean to me. See, because we run around here, it used to just be the bitches, but now it's just everybody. We don't run around and think with logic. We run around here and think from the pit of our feelings. You know what I'm talking about? So however we feeling at the time, that's the way we feeling at the time. So you might not even have done nothing wrong, but if I see it that way, and I felt like you did something wrong, that gives me free reign to do whatever it is I want to do. Mold and mildew Monday. And this type of person right here, bro, a lot of the mold mildew Monday motherfuckers, they disguise that shit in their religion shit and in them politics and shit. It's just something up in you. Why do you think I'm gonna share something with you? Mold and mildew motherfuckers. I know, especially if you on this the social media shit, I know you done had a million of your friends tell you, or a million people tell you, man, I wish I had like they shy or something to talk to their phone. And they wish they could be like you, or they wish they had whatever that you got in you, you know what I'm talking about? To where they could just interact with people, right? If you ever run into people like that, bro, most of the time, no, this is the catch to that, bro. People not comfortable with themselves. So people don't feel comfortable being them. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's all that is. Coffee Chronicles. Because they don't know how to be them. They so worried with somebody else going through. They just don't know how to be them, bruh. And that's why you get people that don't be confident enough to come up here, be scared and shit, like you really on stage in front of a million people. Because I'm more worried about you liking what I am than me worried about just being what I am. And fuck who like it or don't. Mold and mildew Monday. That shit come with a fucked up perspective and mindset, bro, on that mold and mildew. And if you don't look around, bro, the next motherfucker will corrupt and pollute you with the mold and mildew. They will, bro. And it'll pollute and corrupt your brain. And you will start thinking of mold and mildew. Mold and mildew. Monday it is. You would. That's how you get to thinking of no hope. That's why I don't, I ain't gonna say I don't like them, but that's why I be real cautious and shit when it comes to the people with religion, bruh. Because they play God based on their feelings as well. Church people don't think with logic. So whatever they don't like, they gonna categorize that shit as the devil. And whatever they like, they gonna say is God. No matter what it is, bruh. Because with people on religion, they some of the most broken-minded motherfucker there is, bro. That's why they ran to religion, because they need something else to believe in, because they don't believe in themselves. So they sit over there and play like they believe in God. Notice how them people that say they believe in God always worrying about something. It's impossible for you to believe in God. And what people say bother you, it's impossible for you to believe in God. If you care about what people think, it's impossible for you to believe in God. You know what I'm talking about? You don't believe in God. You just saying you do. On some real shit, bruh. The religion shit is like the internet before the internet. I ain't bullshitting with you. But, mold and mildew. Yo, mold and mildew Monday. And we be playing. But once again, if you don't look out, you'll let somebody else mold and mildew spread on you. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I ain't bullshitting. You'll let somebody else mold and mildew spread on you. And you'll become the mold and mildew. And you just gonna spread it. That's how everybody get to thinking the way they thinking, bro, with their mind all fucked up and shit. That's why you thinking no hope. That's why you don't believe in yourself. That's why you don't believe you can get nothing done. Not only that, it irritates your soul to see other people get something done. So you become the mold and the mildew, always fucking with them, a la the trolls. You know what I'm talking about? So now I could just walk around all day and talk what you doing down. And I'm not doing nothing. Look like that one came to an end. I still got this, the janky one. You feel what I'm saying? Mold and mildew Monday. You don't gotta, it's best to get away from that shit, bruh. Kill that shit when you first see it. Cause if you just, that shit is just a parasite. That shit is just bad business. People got that shit on them. I'm telling you, I was doing some self-reflecting last night, just thinking like, bruh, in my whole life, folks, it's like the ratio, every one good person I've met, it's been 25 bad motherfuckers. And I understand that shit. But like the average person won't, bruh. So just imagine you never even met that one good motherfucker. You just met the 25 bad motherfuckers in a row, bruh. That'll fuck your perception up on life because you've never seen nothing good. Mold and mildew. That's why it's important for you to be you. You gotta be that shit that you want out the world, bruh. That's the only way you can change the world. The shit you want out, you want people to be more caring, you got to. You gotta start it off, bruh. You want that player spirit back, bruh, you gotta be the one to start that shit off. You gotta give to the universe what you want back up out this motherfucker, bruh. On some real shit. You ain't gotta listen to me. Keep doing what it is you're doing. Mold and mildew. You know what I'm talking about? And if you only know how many people I done seen corrupted, just by the mold and mildew off the other motherfucker, just that yuck, that, you know what I'm talking about? It comes up off you, it seeps up off you. And that shit's contagious. So the next thing you know, you around here hating on niggas now. Next thing you know, you around here just with no hope now. Cause the mold and mildew motherfucker, Monday motherfucker, you can give them the remedy and they still not gonna take it. They'll be complaining about some shit and you can tell them how they can fix it and they'll complain about the way you told them to fix it. Cause the mold and mildew motherfucker, Monday motherfucker really not looking to get nothing done. They just look to complain about shit they not even gonna try to do. Cause that's what's easier. And they just getting everybody into that spirit. Now you complaining about shit you don't even got a problem with. this is what they teaching you. Mold and mildew. Monday it is, man. And once again, there's nothing you can do about this shit. All you can do is don't be the mold and the mildew yourself, or don't let that shit affect you. Because the one thing you can always do, bruh, is just get away from all that shit. Coffee Chronicles. That's an option you always got. But us as people, we be scared to bust that move for whatever reason. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfuckers really be scared of change. Motherfuckers really be scared of further for whatever reason, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, if you knew like I knew, nigga, you get out, nigga, you please. You'll be out here, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And if you out here, I'll see you. Coffee Chronicles, do your thing, man. Cause I'm gonna be out here doing mine. You know what I'm talking about? I keep telling you, mold and mildew, you the only thing that can hold yourself back. That's why it's not good for an unstable mind, motherfucker, to get around. Cause sometimes people don't even be bad influences. You just so influential. You just want to fit in so bad. You just absorb and try to adapt to everybody, and you don't even give a fuck what it is because you so lonely and fucked up in your own head. So a lot of time it ain't even like people, it's bad influences. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of time people don't even be wanting you around there. You force yourself upon people. And then it'd be just like, fuck it. You know what I'm talking about? But a lot of time people don't even be bad influences, bro. You just be wanting to fit in. But we ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna say these people don't even want to fuck with me. But I'm lonely. And I want to fuck with them. That's why shit be so uneven. That's why the friendships and shit be so uneven. That's why it really don't be no love. Cause y'all be forcing that shit a lot of times. Motherfucker really don't love you. They just using you for whatever they can get about you. They don't really give a fuck about you, bro. You can tell when people give a fuck about you on this mold and mildew Monday. Once again, because this is the logic of the mold and mildew motherfucker. It was your fault that I stole your car because you was acting like a bitch. And if you was never acting like a bitch, I wouldn't have stole your car. You owe me an apology. Coffee Chronicles. See, they always gonna pivot, so it's never on. They gotta be responsible for what they did. And even if they put their hands on your property and you busted their head, you still gonna be wrong because you shouldn't even react that way to that little old shit. You know what I'm talking about? So the person, the mold, mildew, Monday motherfucker, they never responsible for whatever it is they do. Everything they do, somebody made them do it. They have a reason. This is how y'all stunt y'all growth. Because in your own head, you rationalize what you did. So you really feel like you was right. Because you can't be wrong. It's everybody else. That's how you stunt your growth. Because you don't even go over yourself. You get what I'm saying? So when you do something, you rationalize it in your own head. That nigga was acting like a bitch. You deserve that. You know what I'm talking about? And you start believing your own lies. So that's why you never wrong. That's why it's so important for you to be around people that's on your side. Because as long as somebody on your side, you ain't never wrong. Coffee Chronicles. All we do is play like little kids. I'm just here to tell you, with that motherfucking mold mildew shit, bruh, you gonna stunt your own growth. And like you ain't gonna get nowhere, bruh. That's just gonna be the product of you stunting your own growth, folks. You know what I'm talking about? You just gonna walk around with that sludge on you, you know what I'm talking about? You just gonna walk around with that shit on you. You ain't gonna, every fucking thing you, like, you ain't gonna never get nothing done. You ain't gonna be able to build nothing. You ain't gonna be able to accomplish nothing. You ain't gonna be able to, you just gonna be still standing and sitting in the same sludge. Cause the mold mildew motherfuckers is just like flies around shit. They only interested the shit that gets them excited and the shit they want to participate in. Mostly is mess. It's nothing but a big old bunch of shit. You know what I'm talking about? A bunch of shit that don't get you nowhere. Why you think motherfuckers be sitting around trying to do little punk ass shit? Little punk ass accomplishments and shit. You really got an accomplishment, but this shit really don't mean nothing. You ain't really finna use this shit or nothing. It's basically some shit so you can just, you know what I'm talking about? Nigga, I just made Usher board looking ass nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And you running around, that shit really don't mean nothing. You really can't use that shit. You really ain't finna use that shit to catapult no game. It's just something so you can tell yourself in your own head that you doing something. Especially because other motherfuckers ain't even did what you did, even though what you did ain't really nothing. You ain't even finna use that shit. You just using that shit for camouflage to make it seem like you doing something. Coffee Chronicle. You do realize that's a waste of your time too, right? All that little punk shit we be doing, you do realize that's a waste of time too, right? You know what I'm talking about? You ain't gotta listen to me though. But you're a mold and mildew. And you don't have to be that shit. And don't let that shit drip on you, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Because once again, you can that shit spreads. And if you inhale enough of that shit, bruh, you'll die. You get what I'm saying? And for whatever reason now, motherfuckers would rather like tear each other down and actually build something, even with the condition and the state the world in and all that shit. Motherfuckers will still run around here and play. Motherfuckers still want to run around here and steal your car because you was acting like a bitch to them. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what you deserve. You know what I'm talking about? Mold mildew. The worst thing you could ever do is have that logic. You get what I'm saying? Because you never see when you got that logic, you already doomed. Yeah, if you've been that way for this long, you're already doomed, bro. Because it's gonna be you're unable to go over yourself. So you're not never gonna see yourself doing nothing. And anything you do, you gonna get the plan. You know what I'm talking about? So when you do something, then you don't want to talk about what you did. You're gonna say either you made me do it or you just gonna change the conversation some kind of way. You want to say this to me, but ain't nobody, you know what I'm talking about? You just don't never want to go over what you did. And when you don't want to go over what you did, if you know, like I know, that's the number one indicator that you're going to do it again. But what do I know? Only you could prevent forest fires, man. With that one right there. If you don't remember nothing else, always remember it don't cost nothing. Just to show a little bit of that love.